Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awfully Silly. My name is Conception. I'm the host of this little show that takes all of your favorite runs from the best block in any mainline GDQ, which is, of course, the Awful Silly block. There is no debate. Obviously, there's no debate. And we throw these right in, well, at least U.S. prime time. First runner is not from the U.S., unfortunately, so not prime time for him, but prime time for a lot of us in the U.S. So I hope you all had a lovely 2 weeks since the last time I saw you. Hope you had a great Halloween, etc. Before we get started, before we dive into tonight's episode, I just want to go over a few announcements. Namely, AGDQ 2025 is coming up. It's right around the corner. It's going to be live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's January 5th through the 12th. Registration and hotel booking is now open for that, so feel free to go on over to gamesdonequick.com and check the AGDQ 2025 important dates section to learn a little bit more about that. And speaking of, the games list for AGDQ 2025 is also available. You can go over to gamesdonequick.com/games. You can check it out. Let us know what you're most excited to see. We've been during the week, we posted a number of tweets of these like weird photoshops and stuff. We had a little bit of fun with it. I hope you all enjoyed that. Feel free to let us know on our socials as well. And lastly, if you haven't joined us in the Discord yet, feel free to join the official GDQ Discord. We even have a hotfix role you might not know. That allows you to keep tabs on upcoming events. You can talk to some of the staff and just get some, visit with your favorite showrunners or people who enjoy that show as well. So feel free to use !Discord in the Twitch chat to get some more information on that. Now, without further ado, we have been exploring the spooky the last month. October is a great month for that. And to kind of bridge the gap between the spooky as we get into the more lighthearted, the jolly, the festive as the rest of the year turns out, we have an episode today that's focused on the depths of space, the cold darkness of space, and all of the sci-fi related shenanigans that can come up through space. And we have two incredible games here for you that are going to allow us to have a little bit of fun in the depths of space. The first of which is an incredible little game called Enemy Zero, and that's going to be run by VJ Smith. VJ Smith, the floor is yours.
Hi, thanks Conception. I'm VJ Smith and I'll be running Enemy Zero minus easy percentage. So
great category name, by the way.
Yeah. So pretty much Enemy Zero is a combination FMV game and FPS game, and the cutscenes are actually unskippable, and minus easy percentage is an addition I've made where for the official PC port, because this is actually not only best known as a Sega Saturn game, but it did get an official PC release. And on the PC release, I managed to edit the video files down and cut out from what was about a 2-hour run down to about 35-ish minutes, thereabouts. Probably a bit more because This run is incredibly difficult towards the last part, but we'll get there when we get there. As you can see, it's easy enough to change some of the game files.
Look at it. That's our logo.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, that this is a pain to do it, but okay.
Look, Mom, we made it.
Yeah, so time starts in first moment, so I'll count you down in a second. So we're ready to go. So, before I start, sorry. So we're Laura Lewis. We're on a space station. We woke up from cryosleep, and the entire base has been attacked by invisible aliens. So we only have audio clues to find out where enemies are. This is an incredibly hard game. I also have the flu, so if I die, I'm completely blaming it on that. Okay, so.
Yes, that is entirely the fault. Thank you for persevering, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so countdown. So from 3, 2, 1, let's go. So first off, this is the FMV sequences. So we need to grab our radar earbuds and our voice recorder, which we use for saving, but we're not using it in the run unless we die, and our locker keycard. And go from locker stuff into the exploration areas. Now, this view is actually cropped. There's normally a compass in the bottom right corner, but the gameplay area is a lot smaller because of it. And from I understand, it was a technical limitation on the Sega Saturn version. I think it's never bothered to Hotfix on the PC version. So just for the sake of everybody watching, we just made it cropped to just the actual gameplay, just to make it easier to look at. So first up, we need to open all the door locks, because that's what, there's monsters running around the base. The first thing you want to do is open every single door and give them full unrestricted access to the ship. And the game does love eating inputs as well, which is so fun. For getting out the menus, you're just mashing cancel, because instead of scrolling all the way down, it jumps you straight there. So there's a lot of cutscenes here, like you saw when I walked into this room here. I kind of jumped straight there, and then I have to walk all the way back here in the cutscene. The software I was using for cutting the cutscenes is a batch job. Just some cutscenes, it just wouldn't do it properly, and the game would just crash if I tried to play it with him, so I had to put him back in. But again, it's still gone from about a 2-hour run down to about just over half hour. 35 minutes, sorry.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's why nobody ran this before, because it was just too much downtime. So we've been told to get down to the basement and talk to Parker's, but before we get down to Parker, there's a keypad lock, and we use our space. That's a locker key. It's a future. Don't question it. And we are now going down to Parker's room in the basement. So there is some movement tech and some speed, some sequence breaks, because it's a puzzle adventure game, in some parts hybrid. So there is some sequence breaks for puzzles, some of which I think were actually developer intended. So that's Laura, which one of the few times you get to see her. I noticed her pristine white jumpsuit, because it won't be at the end of this. So this sequence here for just walking down those stairs and elevators, that's normally about 5 minutes. It's very atmospheric. The music is great, but it's 5 minutes of walking downstairs. So we cut that.
Yeah. Ugh.
So this is the first sequence break, which I think is dev intended. So you don't get this code for this generator till much later on, but if you know it, you can just input it straight away. The game doesn't do a check, which is kind of unusual for this, because most of this game is actually pretty much having everything else done before this event triggers. And that's one of the few that isn't. I think it's there that if you die at the start of the disc, you're not going to have to sit through the 5 minute walking up and down the stairs, because you have to go up, do stuff, and then come back down. So the beeping noises you hear is the first enemy, and that's what enemies are called. And this is enemies with a capital E. This route is safe at the start, because even though we have no gun at the moment, if you just hug the left hand wall the entire way down, you're safe all the way to Parker's room. So Parker, unfortunately, didn't quite get his cleaning staff in, and he's going to left some Halloween decorations. Hit the wrong button there. It's annoying. The game sometimes just eats an input, so you press forward to go forward, and if you're standing next to the video terminal, it thinks, oh, you want to use a video terminal.
Brutal.
So yeah, we just step over the Halloween bodies on the ground, and we take Kimberly's terminal number out of Parker's belongings there. The game, you don't actually have to call Kimberly, but the game checks to make sure you have Kimberly's number got. And if you haven't got, the next sequence doesn't trigger. So this game is very much, the second disc especially, is really guilty of that, where you have to have everything done perfectly. You hear the beeping here. I'm not worried about it on this disc. Disc 3, you'll see me panicking a little bit more, but yeah. This is safe the entire way back. Just hug the right-hand wall. This game is also mean with some stuff, because some stuff you can look at some maps for some of the exploration sections, and you'll think, there's a more direct route I can take. If you take the direct route on that section there, you will die every single time because an enemy is always camping the shortcut. And it's not the last mean trick the game plays, and we'll see those as we get on further.
Something to look forward to, a little tease.
Yeah. So this is also another mean trick the game plays here, because after exploring the basement to get into Parker's room, and you've been told basically ignore the beeps. This time you run towards the beeps.
Okay.
And you wouldn't know to do that. And so Marcus's room or Mercus's room, because it's actually spelled differently in both the PAL and the USA editions. And Marcus unfortunately didn't make it either. He left a Halloween decoration in his chair, and he left his biometric card key on him. And we'll just use the biometric card key there.
That biometric card key, yeah.
I will never stop making that joke. I've been yelled at it so much, but I will never stop making that joke. So now we get to kill our first enemy, and hopefully I don't get my first death from messing up the timing. This one is one of the more consistent ones, so dying here is super embarrassing, but again, I have some safety saves to mitigate if I do die. Okay, so there's an enemy at the end of this. That's right. That's your first glimpse at the enemy. Unfortunately, this is really annoying where you have to wait until the last second. Okay, so cutscene happened there where we got into the elevator and we got attacked. We dropped our gun. We got off in a midway section and we were running for our lives because we've no guns to defend ourselves, and we get into the vent. That look up there is the only time in the game that's required. So another mean thing the game pulls on you. So if you don't read the manual or aren't paying attention, you won't notice you could do that. And if you delay too long, you will die. So we're in the duck maze between underneath Kimberly's room. Kimberly, by the way, has a gun and she has equipment that she can come down and save us with, but she's chilling in her room because we got this.
Yeah, easy.
That might look like a batch of nothing of Laura shaking her head left to right. There's cutscenes there of Laura examining the computer terminal and then back at the PC, and then she realizes, there's a key card stuck in it, but you have to look at the PC first, the monitor first, for her to notice that there's a key card in the PC, and it's again very flag heavy. You have to have X done before Y will happen. So because this is on easy mode, which is the main category I run, the gun starts with 3 charges, and we only need 3 shots to get through this. That's fine. Could have been better, but that's fine. So there's 3 shots we need to take. That's one. And the second one is a stationary guy in front of the exit up here. And lucky enough, like, he never moves because he's guarding it. On hard mode, it's mean. There's a charge point way back on the other side of the map. You have to go and charge your gun every single time you fire it. That's 2. And at this point on hard, you have to go and charge again. And then you need 1 more shot to clear the barrier. So now we're in Kimberly's room, and she's just chilling on her couch reading a magazine because, why bother? Why bother being concerned? It's only our crew members fighting for our lives. It's fine.
Everything is fine. I see no problems here. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a section I've seen so many people get cut out on. You have to go to Kimberly's personal file and look at this picture of her and the rest of the crew. There's no reason to do this. It doesn't trigger a cutscene or anything, but the game has it flagged as an important event. So if you don't do it, the next sections will not trigger. And now it is the fun part. So we need to call everybody. to see where they are because communication has just been restored. So we call David first, who is Laura's boyfriend. He's over in the other tower. And cutscene skipped. We don't call Laura's room because we're Laura, we know we're here. We call George and the connection is refused for some reason. We call Marcus, depending on your region, and connection is refused here, or network error, which might be something to do with the fact he left all his Halloween decorations lying around the place. We call our commander Ronnie, and he appears to have fallen down. I'm sure he's fine. He probably just tripped over something, and it's probably just a Halloween party.
Yeah. All just a very innocent time in here. Yeah.
And we call Parker, and unfortunately Parker and Kimberly are dating, and she is not too happy about that. So cutscenes play here, that's on and off, and look, all skipped. And then we call David one last time, and that triggers the end of that disc. So this is a 4-disc game. We've actually technically skipped the first 2 discs now, because the first disc 0, because it numbers from 0 for kind of pretentious reasons, not going to lie. But Disc 0 is the opening and the tutorial, so you never need to worry about it. And then Disc 1 is this for start of the game. Sorry, just swapping out the discs can take a second because I'm doing the software-wise and occasionally Windows likes to put it in the wrong drive. Okay, so we're on the start of Disc 2. Kimberly has ran on ahead with a gun shouting vengeance for Parker, and good for her. I'm sure she's made it the entire way there and cleared out every enemy between us and the rest of the crew quarters. This route here is completely safe. Just follow this route and you'll never get caught, and you never have to fire your gun. And then you get up to here, another cutscene plays where you look down the ground and go, here's Kimberly's scarf, and it's kind of covered in raspberry soda. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So this is kind of confusing if you don't know binary. So there's 3 switches, and we're making you use them to set the floors, and we use that for solving a puzzle in a second. And fun fact, there's actually an official map in the terminals for this section right here. So you just walk straight forward, but there's a map for it. There's no turn-offs. You can't get lost or anything. But there's a map for it. This is kind of finicky because Laura doesn't gravitate her finger to the thing. It's completely free roaming, but it's kind of finicky. So if she's not on the exact pixel, you'll just kind of have to hover around till she actually makes herself do it. So Ronnie's on the ground, unfortunately, and he doesn't have to be getting up. So we're just going to take a look at his PC. And we'll see we can see the crew manifest and see what the crew is up to. So it turns out that the crew was supposed to be transporting the enemies back to Earth. So you might be thinking this might be reminiscent of another horror movie set on board a spaceship where a company is trying to transport terrifying creatures back to Earth. And you'd be right. It's the exact movie of Jason X, yes.
Jason X.
Yeah.
The high-quality film, Jason X.
Yeah. Not Aliens, which is legally distinct, and not... Why these are called enemies and not aliens.
I can't believe those movies ripped off this game.
I know. Even had the common decency to come out before it, and and just rip this off and come out in the future. So this is George. You might remember we tried calling him on Kimberly's terminal, and he just didn't respond. He's here alive and well. He just was not answering his phone because he's a busy man. He's got stuff to do. He's trying to program a key card to get onto the next floor or into the next tower. And he tells us to go over to David's room. So we go over here. There's a cutscene that's completely skipped where we talk to David, and there's a nice romantic moment. Amazing music plays. Completely skipped. But we have to come into his room anyway and look at this photograph of ourselves. And another cutscene with another emotional music playing and whatnot. We have to do it. There's no reason that it's required. Like, he doesn't drop a key item or that. Just, have you done it? No? Well, then the next event doesn't trigger. Which is super fun. And then we need to go back over here one last time to talk to George. And George tells us David's in the basement messing with the power generators. You should go give him a hand. David already told us he's going down into the basement, but he will not be in the basement until we go over to George. And George tells us he's in the basement. So most first-time players will go straight down to the basement, and they'll be confused because the door is locked. And it won't be anything that they've done. They'll wander around going like, maybe I missed something. Then they'll walk back in and talk to George and go, oh yeah, just now we can go into the basement. So disc 2 is more puzzle orientated. There is 2 combat sections. This is the first one. I'm kind of hoping I shoot him here. Okay, that's unfortunate. It's kind of better RNG to shoot the enemy coming into this section than it is coming out, but it's fine. I'll make do. So David's here in the basement. So as you can see, there appears to be some red paint spilled in the corner, and I'm sure David's just there to mop and just cleaning it up. Unfortunately, David didn't make it either, and he's actually an android. You might be able to see there, it's kind of low quality there in this, but he has some wires on his arm there, and he's an android. And this is new Solara, who didn't realize that her boyfriend was an android. So again, just like the other classic horror movie, which is definitely not aliens, and there's androids run by the company on board the ship. Okay, so we're coming back out. I might take this a little bit slower because I don't know where it is, because this is one of the ones where the spawns are kind of random. Fine. Yeah, the radar is something you just have to get used to because it's just all over the place. It's not too bad on the first few discs because it's fairly straightforward where they're coming from, and there's frequent save points. Disc 3, the final disc, is the main one where it's terrifying. So we got a hard drive off of David, so we're going into George's room to use his computer because it's the only one here with an actual disk drive. Ronnie's one doesn't have one, apparently. And we find out that... I went the wrong way. And we find out here in the text that David's an android, that George programmed him, and that he's also the ship's pilot. We also get attacked by an enemy here, and one of the meanest tricks the game pulls is George rescues you, then he runs out and he drops a key. Me pressing X there is me picking up a key. If you looked away for a split second while George was running out and dropped the key, there is no indication that there's a key there. And even worse, the key pickup animation only works when you're going from inside the room to out. If you try and go the other way around, it doesn't work.
Oh, that is silly.
Yeah. So now we got the medical scanner key that George dropped, and so we're going to go upstairs to Ronnie's room because there's a medical scanner in the corner. And luckily enough, you don't need to enter the key combination. And you need to go all the way around. This is one of the few rooms where I couldn't skip the cutscenes because anytime I tried, it was just a mess. I could technically do a version where it's just all black and you just press forward the right amount of times, but it's not interesting to look at, and also the game drops inputs, so you could be in the middle of a room and not know where you are because the game literally just said no thanks. So we saw scan of ourselves, it shows that we are an android too. So we didn't know we were an android. So that's the big twist it has that over Aliens, is that there's 2 androids on it, and you play one of them yourself. So George is not happy with us because he actually wasn't supposed to give us self-awareness, and he needs us. He needs Laura to basically just submit to having her memory wiped, and Laura is understandably not on board with that. So, lucky enough, we come into David's room, and then George falls down, and it's fine. It wasn't attacked by an enemy. That's completely unrelated. I'm sure he just fell down. So, we need to search George from this side of the room, because if you try and search from the other side, nothing happens. But if you search here, you'll get the keypad he was working on. But we still have no power on the connecting elevator, so we need to turn it on. So this entire disc is nothing but 2 goals. Get the power, turn on the elevator, and grab the orange keycard. The orange keycard will not spawn until you've done every single other thing here first. So up, down from floor 6. There's 7 floors on this, 8 floors including the basement, but most of them are actually, there's a kind of a funny scene where like Laura just walks forward into a bulkhead and just puts her hand up against it kind of sadly as if she's trying to commune with the door with her palm, and then she just kind of shrugs and just turns back. We might see that later on, because there's a shorter version of that on this tree. So this one is usually consistent. Yeah, there's one enemy running around here, but I'm not worried about him because he's always spawns at the far end. I get stuck on the door. I'll solve the base or the general puzzle here. It's a straightforward input to code we picked up off of bodies. We can actually sequence break and come here earlier, but it's pointless because the keycard doesn't spawn with George's body until everything else is done. So I just leave this till last anyway. So just talking about the movement in this, Laura has a weird angle-based movement. So if she hits a wall when she's running dead on, she'll have stopped dead against it. That's fine. If she hits it at an angle, she'll jerk to the nearest. She'll jerk to the nearest 90-degree angle in the vague direction you are facing. So if you hit the wall at a kind of slanted angle left, she'll turn her face left. Ordinarily, it's not too bad. But on disc 3, it will kill you, because if you miss some of the entrances, Laura will turn around and face the wrong direction, and she takes ages to step in the right direction. There is also a sidestep. I'll actually show that off here. So you can sidestep. And every time you sidestep, she comes to a complete and total dead halt. So we don't sidestep at all.
Yeah.
So this one is that one is fairly consistent. Like you just and has the visual indicator. Now it's kind of mean in that it kind of hopes for you to shoot when you see the door opening. If you do that, it's out of range. And you might be wondering, like, but VJ, why are you waiting until like? This is the door. Vijay, why are you waiting for the door to for the beeping to be at its absolute most frantic before firing? Because I don't want to miss. If you fire too early, you'll miss, and there's a good chance you won't have have enough time to power up a second shot. Especially on hard, because the enemies are a little bit faster. On easy and normal, you can kind of backpedal enough and get away with it. Fun fact, this section here, there's another map for this in the game maps. As you can see, totally required. Mm-hmm. And then we just wipe the, we'll say jam off the keycard, and that's disc 2 finished. So now we're on to the final disc, into a section that I have called the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is cruel, the Gauntlet doesn't care, and the Gauntlet is where your runs will go to die. Because This is 9 levels with 1 save point at the end of floor 3, and you need to make it the entire way to floor 9.
No problem.
So the first 3 floors aren't too bad. I can die on the next one. I hope I don't, but it is possible. So that's floor 1 done. And next one then is floor 2. So this one is, you just kind of need to hug the left-hand side of the path here to give yourself some extra time. You run straight forward and take a left. Enemy can spawn at the top of that corridor, but if you're hugging the left wall, you usually have enough time to squeak by, as long as you don't delay, as long as you're running straight away. And same for this. You start running immediately. You saw the door open there on the right. We don't worry about that. Keep running and you're safe. So we're about to get a new gun now, which is infinite charges, which is great. But we're also up against the new enemy type, which are, I've called them creatures. I can't remember an official term for them. But they're small, they're visible. They don't set off your radar, but you can hear them making squelching noises, you heard there. And they love hanging around the corridors, and they kill you in one hit. They love hanging around the junctions. That's one there. They don't need to charge to shoot them, thankfully. Just a single shot will do it. Oh, I didn't talk about the save system in this. This is why this tree is so hard. So you actually have energy for saving. On easy mode, you have 99. On normal, you have 66 or something like that. And then hard mode, you have 16 energy. Saving costs 3 every single time. But on higher difficulties, loading costs energy. On hard mode, it costs 2 energy to load. And if you run out of battery power, you have to start the entire game again from disc 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons why people didn't finish this back in the day, because like rage quitting this is absolutely. We're actually getting really good RNG at the moment. I know I've just jammed myself. Why did I say it?
Yeah,
we're actually getting really good RNG.
It's over now.
Yeah. This is the room I've died so many times. So this is floor F7. Okay, 1 down. If I'm fast enough, I can skip the next one. I might be okay. I am, yeah. The junction there just passed. If you're too slow at the first one, there's a pretty good chance another enemy will come out there in front of you, and you just lose time by killing it. You can actually hug the right wall and maybe get around it, but it's not consistent, and you're just better off just shooting it or just resetting if you want to go for PB. This is F8. This one is scary, and if you didn't like the beeping noises, you're going to not like this one at all, because this is going to be beeping almost non-stop. We're almost through this section, and we're hearing the screaming noises, which means if you go too close to the pillars, there's a good chance that one of the small creatures is going to jump out and insta-kill you, because everything in this game kills you in one hit. And I'm going to have to get quiet for a second to concentrate, because this is...
Got this.
Live. Come on. The big guys don't usually come into the vents, but they can, which is the annoying thing. They don't always do it, but they can. Please in front of me, please in front of me. Okay.
Ooh, good shot.
No. Oh, please don't. Okay. That was actually surprisingly lucky, because
Nice.
Also, sometimes they'll follow you, sometimes they won't, and I can never consistently get it to go like, okay, he'll never follow me into this room. He'll follow you into the room. Then like, okay, this time he doesn't. Like, he didn't there. So this is the boss. Fair warning for headphone users, just this gets loud when it dies. So that's the boss killed.
That was fast.
Yep. And now cutscene plays where we met Kimberly, who's actually still alive, and she's actually run back down to Parker's room. We still can't save, by the way. One more floor. You kill a boss, you think you could save? Nope. One more floor. This one, if I die here, I'm just going to go to save after this point because it's literally just walking through this maze. That's all. But keep running. It's fine. Usually you get attacked straight away there, but I didn't for some reason. But it's okay. So right. This and then right again. I hope I haven't gone wrong. I think I'm right. Yeah, we're safe. Okay. Now you can save.
Wow, you did it.
That's how rough that entire section can be. I'm actually in really good pace at the moment. Jesus, I'm actually surprised. Okay, so we use our white keycard we pick up in the very start of disc 1 to open this, and you get another section of this. So we'll go back into Parker's room, and this time we actually have a gun with us. So we can take a more direct route, and I'm actually kind of tempted to take it because I am actually doing really good on time. I don't want to jinx myself, but I actually am kind of on PB pace here at the moment, surprisingly, even with the messing around. So I'll try the more riskier run. Laura hit up. Shouldn't have tried it. Laura got stuck on the wall and immediately turned her around. If I got that shot, I would have been ahead. But it's okay. I have a safety save right.
You had to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'd have kicked myself if I hadn't gone for it. But yeah, because I actually got really good RNG on the blue corridor section on F6 and F7 as well was pretty smooth. So sorry, save transfer menu. I have utility just for managing this. Easy. This one saves and nope, it is sorry now. This tree saves and this, and I'm loading the first save file. I might need to restart the game because sometimes it doesn't pick up the save file. Yeah, no, good. Pick it up. Sometimes when you start from a new game and you make a save file, sometimes the game goes, "Hang on a second, there was no saves," but no, it's fine this time. So we're almost at the end game. There's literally about say 5 minutes or so left, if that. So. I'm back to here. I'll take the more safe route. Just that one is the route I took there is kind of annoying because there's two enemies spawn close together, and it's kind of designed so that the radar going off doesn't give you enough time with the gunshot, hearing the enemy dying. You don't hear the second beeping until it's on top of you. So it is kind of mean. But you can get ones where only one of them's in the way and you can run the entire way back there without any issue. So I'll take the safer route this time, which is the left here, because this one is usually fairly consistent, where you start charging here. What do you mean no? Oh, don't you dare. That was again Laura just dropped an input there on movement and she got stuck on the corner, but we're actually safe from here on out. So Kimberly ran all the way ahead into Parker's room here, and she decided to grab some stuff, and so she's decided to set off the self-destruct system. And we need to get the hell out of here. So, luckily enough for this section here, all the enemies have despawned. So even if you didn't fight them coming in, you don't need to worry coming back out. But we're going to hit a snag in a few minutes. So we have these radar earbuds, but if you remember, Laura took them out of her drawer. She didn't take them out of her charging station. She took them out of a drawer she had them lying in. So we're about to run out of battery power. And the last maze is full of enemies. But because we put David's computer chip into Jordan's computer, he actually has access to the cameras, and he's able to guide us where to go. So cutscene plays there where we lose the power on the earbuds.
Attention.
And then we hear David guiding us.
The ship will self-destruct in 3 minutes.
And we ignore him here because he tells us to turn around. If you get told turn around, it immediately says it's immediately just turn around because you don't even bother trying to shoot. It's just a dead zone.
It's okay.
We're almost coming up on time.
To the left.
As soon as the screen fades to black at the end of this tunnel here, we'll be at time. So just about there.
You and I are going back to our hometown. Yes.
And
Waiting for you there.
time. That's not too bad. If I hadn't got that, I hadn't got 35. 02 is my PB for it, and if I hadn't got that bit, I actually would have. I probably would have beaten it. That's sickening, but again, that's marathon. I got greedy. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go for it sometimes. You're well ahead. And you know what? You still you crushed your estimate still. So there is definitely no shame in that, because you had an incredible run. So
thank you. Thanks again for having me. Much appreciated. Just want to shout out just a couple of people. One, Punchy, for putting the idea of speedrunning this into my head, because I mentioned I picked up this game and he said, "Oh, can you speedrun the PC version because they can't cutscene skip in the Sega Saturn one?" And then this whole edition came about because of that one chance conversation. And also to Ecdysis, because I was literally spamming one of his channels on his Discord, talking about this and all the crap I've been doing for like non-stop for like the last few months. So he's had a patience of his tape by not banning me from it. But yeah,
both of those people are friends of the show, so yeah, very cool. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, especially, it's quite late where you are. We really appreciate it. You also weren't feeling well. You double persevered, and we couldn't be more thankful for that. So thank you so much for being here, Vijay Smith. This was great. This was so much fun. So for everybody else out there, as we mentioned, we're sticking in the space theme here. So we're going to have another run that is adjacent to the space feeling. So before we do that, though, we're going to take a little bit of a break. So feel free, get up, stretch, make sure you check. All right, everybody, welcome back to Awfully Silly. If you're just tuning in now, we're going to space. We're visiting space tonight as we're exploring 2 incredible games, both that are set in space and both that have a lot of FMV magic to them, actually. So it's a little bit of a double theme, as it turns out. But before we dive into our second and final game of the evening, I did want to remind everyone of just a few things. First, if you happen to have missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs, youtube.com/gamesdonequick. That has hotfix stuff, that has mainline event stuff, that has for example, DRDQ runs from a couple weeks ago. Those are on there. Be sure to check that stuff out if you haven't had a chance to. There's a lot of really good things on there. Additionally, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. It keeps us rolling. So if you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to our channel here. That's going to give you access to emotes and chat with other subscribers during our replays as well, which occur after the live shows. Now, lastly, If you want to learn a little bit more about Hotfix or what we got going on during the week, for example, go on over to gamesdonequick.com/Hotfix. From there, you can see our season 3 schedule. That is going to outline everything going on this season, and you can check out the schedule there for more in-depth look at this week's runs. We're still early in the week. There's still plenty of Hotfix to go. All right. Well, so we started off with an incredible run of Enemy Zero by BJ Smith. Really well done. Had that space, had that FMV rather aspect. This is going to lean a lot more heavily, maybe into both, actually. This is just going to be a real gem of a game. And basically, you're going to see the game and you're going to see the runner, and that's going to make perfect sense to you, especially if you watched this show before. This is going to be the Daedalus Encounter, and this is going to be run by my good friend Sharif. Sharif, show us the Daedalus Encounter, for better or for worse.
All right. Thanks, Conception. This is going to be a good time. I adore this game. Doesn't mean it's good. I really like this game a lot. This is my favorite FMV game of all time.
Oh, okay.
This is less of a... Oh, so first of all, hi, I'm Sharif. You might know me as Sharfers in chat. If you don't know me, hi. I play Barbie games and FMV games primarily. This is less of a video game playing experience and more of a collective movie watching experience with like small bits of gameplay interspersed occasionally. So I'm just going to interrupt the movie to solve some puzzles, and then we'll continue to watch the movie together if everything goes well.
Yeah, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, whatever you need,
A couple of like content warnings. One, it's a movie. It's like a PG-13 movie. There's some light gore, but nothing overly graphic. There's some big boy words. So there's a few swear words. So just like as a heads up, that's something. And yes, this is going to be Tia Carrere. She is in this. It's absolutely Tia Carrere. Yes, it's Tia Carrere.
Of Wayne's World fame, if you're unfamiliar.
Oh yes, so she's Cassandra from Wayne's World, and she's also in other things. If there are any Tia Carrere experts in chat, please chime in with your favorite Tia Carrere appearance.
We're the Tia Carrere experts.
Exactly. And yes, this is cutscene percent. So, just like Enemy Zero, all the cutscenes were skippable. None of the cutscenes are skippable in this game. On a new save file, we have 4 save files. This is this one. Anyway, well, we have lots of time to talk, so we'll just get started now. Time starts when I hit start. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Beautiful.
And immediately a cutscene. I'm gonna put my controller down. As is customary.
Take it easy.
Any of my runs.
You've worked hard. Just take it easy.
Sip on my Barbie Stanley cup and just...
I gotta get one of those.
They're pretty hot. Enjoy the music. This is all the music you're getting in the whole game. Right now. That's all you get.
Wait, or else I get.
Yep. I'm counting on y'all, chat, because we're just watching a movie. There's Tia Carrere.
All our glory.
Never mind. You got 5 Krakow-class interceptors coming in hot and heavy, Case.
If at any point you don't understand what's happening, it's because of sci-fi gobbledygook. I don't know. You know how sometimes sci-fi movies try to just inject realism by just saying things that don't make sense? This does happen in this. I will. This is Tia Carrere.
Already.
It's a good bit. I like when I run this game. It's a good bit.
We're a fan of bits. We're a fan of bits on this show.
Absolutely, that's true. I'll explain what happens after every cutscene, just so we're all up to date. It looks like that one lady from Wayne's World.
Casey, this is Aaron.
Are you from Wayne's World?
Yeah.
Look, you're
Wild.
What are the odds?
Debris. You got hit pretty bad, but the med techs are trying to fix you up with
We don't know who the
most
guy
artificial
is. I can't even
substances.
pronounce his name.
You just hang in there, Case. You'll be okay.
Okay, so here's what happened. The three of us, Tia Carrere, the other guy, his character's name is Zach, and us. So it's a first-person game. We play as a character named Casey. We were a squadron in the interstellar war. I got hurt very badly. That's Tia Carrere.
It's airy. Hi.
This game does have a lot of 90s like flavor to it for sure.
That is why I was attracted to it so heavily. As soon as I saw it,
It's so 90s. It's incredible.
yes, just feed me that 90s nostalgia sci-fi. Yes, please.
This is me turning up the volume on my speaker so I can hear the game. There we go.
Here.
This is post Wayne's World. So that's what I look like. I'm a brain in a box.
Same on the outside, but I know it's you on the inside.
So she wants me to respond yes with my interface.
Use the virtual interface in front of you to transmit a yes.
I'm gonna transmit a no. Because it's true, it's faster. That's actually speedrun tech, believe it or not.
Case, you probably haven't heard, but the war.
Speedrun Tech and my DVD, unbelievable.
Bit more game value. Yeah, it's possible that we might have to put up the game value because now the dialogue is like really low. Like the cutscene, that first cutscene's super loud, and then everything else is really low. So that does happen.
So right now you're aboard the Artemis, finest salvage vessel in the sector. Zach and I cobbled her together from a couple of surplus Alliance.
Yeah, so now we're scavengers. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scavenge. This guy, based on his appearance, you probably know what kind of character he is. It's the 90s. He's a little bit of a player. You know, he's gonna hit on Tia Carrere a lot, basically, and she's gonna say no a lot.
Right for the picking.
And we figure you'd be interested in joining us. So we liberated you from the lab. Zach wired your interface into the ship's systems.
It's good to have you back, Casey. So what do you say, guys? Let's do some hunting.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, I actually have like extensive notes for this game. Which,
Oh yeah?
yeah, oh yeah, it's all on the speedrun.com page. I have like all of my notes are on there. It's a lot of puzzles you have to solve.
Ah, okay, those kinds of notes. I was like, oh, tons of tech or things to remember now.
No, just
Navigating
how
through
to
an hour and
solve
40
how do you
minutes.
solve the puzzles. I wish there are, because this game's a lot of backtracking that's like built in. It's a 90s puzzle game that you're supposed to backtrack a bunch, so I just minimize the
Finally
backtracking.
got something. Activating view screens.
Yeah, that is usually the route that these FMV games kind of take. That's about as optimized as you can get.
Case,
Usually.
what do you say? You wanna take
Just
your,
solve it in order, basically.
Why don't you go ahead and activate your remote control probe?
All right,
See if you can get
we're
us a better
activating
look
our
at this
probe.
derelict.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yep, this is definitely science happening.
Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, so to activate my probe, I have to. I'm gonna explain what all this little UI is. So I have to press R to like to engage this UI. So these three are just to activate the probe. The first one is the boop boop boop. This one is the zzz, 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 and this one's actually going to give us the cutscene where we activate the probe.
And those are the official terms, yes?
Yes, the zzz, 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 and the boop boop boop. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Now.
So yeah, I have run FMV games on the CDI, the Sega CD, and the 3DO. So that has happened. Anyway, so yeah, so this is sort of how we interface with the world. So this is we can say yes and no. That's literally it. We use no once and we use yes once, and that's it. It's over. This will let us analyze
Casey,
stuff,
I
which
gotta
we're going
ask
to
you,
use in like a second
What does it
here.
feel like having your eyes and ears floating around in a little ball while the rest of you's back here with us?
Knock it off, Zach.
Just asking Casey a
This
question.
data one
Okay,
is going to be
Casey,
related
your
to this
guidance
guy right
system's pretty
here.
much automatic,
This
so
is
you
how
can
I scream
concentrate on the
colors,
job.
which will be
Most
relevant,
other
not right
functions are
now,
up
but
to
in a
you.
little bit. And so this will let me scream
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
sequences
whoa.
of colors.
Close call,
This is my
there, buddy.
grabby hand.
Collision
It's called a
avoidance
grappling
seems to be
arm,
working.
technically, but it's my
All
grabby
right, let's
hand.
try your computer link, see how it works. Why don't you run,
I'm gonna have to run
an
this
ID
analysis
check
real
on this
quick.
pile of junk. See if you can get the name of the ship and maybe get some idea of what the cargo might have been.
There we go. This is the floodlight. It's a flashlight. These are our probe, and this is our thrusters, which we use exactly once as well. So that's it. So if I'm doing anything here, it's usually to either analyze something or screen color.
Okay, you're coming up on some cargo door controls. Right there, Case. All right, now try using
This is
the
our
laser
first
torch
opportunity to
up
game
right-hand
over.
Switch.
If I don't hit the right part on this, the
Be
whole
careful,
ship
Casey.
explodes and I
Vacar
die.
have been known to booby trap their hulks.
No pressure.
See? Booby trap.
Nice
There we go.
job, Casey.
Flawless.
The execution at its highest.
This is a gameplay heavy run. You have to understand.
Dark in there.
It is not.
Better kick in the floodlight.
Whoa! Radical.
Where's Zach? I always
The
thought you
whoa,
found
the way he
aliens
says whoa
quite
there makes me very happy.
Attractive.
Hey. I was drunk that night, you know that. And besides, it swore to me that it was female.
Oh
Casey,
boy.
stop there.
Oh Zach. We're gonna
good
learn a lot
look around
about
this
Zach, and
place.
not a lot of it is gonna be complimentary. So this, we're just waiting out a timer to restart the cutscene. This is supposed to teach you how to look around. So you press L, and then you can see the 4 little pips on the screen. Well, the bottom one is a little bit cut off, but that's okay. But you can go down and up, and you can look around. But there's nothing to see here, so we're just gonna wait out the timer. That's how we got in. So yeah. How's everyone doing? How's Chad doing? Y'all doing good?
Oh, chat's doing great. Chat's
Doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm glad everyone's doing okay. I'm glad I could do this here.
Yeah, I'm glad you could do it too. So yeah, you talked a little bit. You have an extensive history with FMV type games. Obviously, Thunder in Paradise, which you've done on this show before.
That's true.
Smash hit, huge success. Everyone is talking about it. You also have Who Shot Johnny Rock coming up in AGDQ.
That's
which
correct.
is very exciting. I cannot wait for that.
That's gonna be
a game.
A miserable time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. I cannot wait. I have this one. What are some of your other either favorites or ones that you frequent?
The big FMV game that I run that wasn't mentioned is Wirehead for the Sega CD, which Sega CD fans will definitely know. But it's like a near future sci-fi situation.
Hey, wait, what's that?
And it's really goofy and fun as well.
Yeah,
so.
Casey, can you
They
grab
all-
that floating object?
I'm gonna use my grabby hand. So those would be the big ones. I've tried other games, but those are the ones that have stuck for sure. Who Shot Johnny
not
Rock
me.
has so many different ports too. But anyway, you said?
Yeah. I was gonna say that is not me just trying to get more ammo for the future, by the way, for the show. Don't worry about it.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Definitely.
Oh,
not. I have the
need
best
to-
intentions.
I got distracted. I need to analyze there. Look at my notes. There it is. Run analysis. All right, cool. So this thing's worthless. Basically, this was our tutorial mission.
least we
This
got
was
a
just
nice
for us to get
souvenir.
used to our
No
body.
way. It's a Vacar war medal, Zach.
So now we're gonna
That's
actually
what they
go
did.
to the actual mission
Might as
that
well
we're
come
gonna
on in,
like
Casey. It's just not our
do.
day.
So surprise, surprise, cutscene.
Another one.
The beginning of this run is very cutscene heavy, I would say. The middle of this run, it's pretty cutscene heavy. The late game has some cutscenes for sure.
I was like, oh, there's relief somewhere, but apparently there's.
The end of the game, actually, there is a good amount of gameplay at the end when we have to
This
like
whole
do the
sector's
cleanup.
been clean. We need to
like,
go further out.
It'll be clear in
I
time.
agree. But where?
We will get there.
The Magellan Cluster? Sirius? LV-426?
Oh, not there. What I was
They were
thinking
talking about different
remember the
places
time we
to
splashed the
scavenge.
hell out of that wing of that car cruiser, just sleep at the wheel.
Yeah, mine.
This is also
right?
a multi-disc
saw so
run.
many
This game has 4
pods in my
discs,
life.
CDs on
Wait, you want to go
3DO.
back to Mizar?
So we're gonna do 7 disc changes
There ain't doubt
on
anybody's
my
been out
actual
there since the
3DO.
war.
So you're gonna see me like bend over.
and
put a new disc in.
So who's gonna
Authentic
know?
experience, like it's in the
Sounds like such a good idea,
1995.
95 all over
on,
again.
Harry, what are you
Here,
afraid
so
of?
here's
We don't have
disc
to go by
2
the
waiting
book
to be
anymore.
used.
Cannot
Welcome home,
wait.
dear.
Oh, Casey, you're back. Look, I say we take a vote. Who's for going to Mizar?
This is where I
Come on,
yeah.
Harry.
Mhm,
It's
good.
not like it's in.
I was gonna say, so you could
Vacar's
say more
space.
speed
It's a
tech
buffer
is
zone.
being
Nobody
able to
controls
adequately
that.
swap the discs at
Absolutely.
proper speed.
Absolutely, in RTA, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we could find like the model of 3DO that loads fastest or whatever. It's not the one I have. I have the most reliable model. But certainly not the fastest.
Hey, Case, what do you say?
So yeah, so I have to say yes here. If I say no, a game over. I don't remember why, but I remember that's a game over.
We got a nice clear terminus. 190 million.
Yeah, we're going to Mizar. Nice, clean. Yes, it's going to be a clean landing. Very clean.
No concerns.
It's going to be fine. What are we doing here? Okay, yes. So that was the end of using this yes, no. It never gets used ever again. And also, so this is the UI for the 3DO version. The PC version has a completely different UI. This was totally ported for 3DO. And the UI on 3DO on PC is amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's very good. It's the one that you posted like for the hotfix or whatever. That's that one.
Oh, that's
right.
what. Okay, so that comes from.
That's the PC. That's the PC UI. It's amazing. All right, this is a puzzle. Oh my. Oh yeah, no, we have to actually go down here. I forgot. So we can actually talk about. We can talk about like I played this on easy mode. So easy mode, all it does is reduce the number of puzzles you have to do to get from one cutscene to the next. On medium mode, you have to solve 3 of those 4 circuits, and then on hard mode, you have to solve all 4. But in easy mode, you just got to do the one. So, easy mode.
Oh, jeez, you say I'm a lousy pilot. Look at this.
Damn it, Zach, you're the one that told me this
hard
position
mode
was
runs.
clear.
That's what the
I have done
said.
normal mode.
Okay.
Hard mode gets really miserable, especially late in the game.
Harry, scanners only pick up metal and rock.
Some of the late game puzzles, they just have to do so many of them. So like on easy mode, you'll have to do like one like version of this puzzle, and in hard mode, you'll have to do like 5.
Great, so we're
It's like, I don't have that time. I'm not.
Yeah,
What am I made of time? No, gotta go fast.
exactly.
Want to hear the good news?
Yes,
or the
this
bad
is Tia
news?
Carrere.
Good news?
She was in Wayne's World.
This thing's hurtling straight for the sun's corona. It's taking us with it.
And there's no way to get clear.
So yeah, so we crash landed on in this area we know nothing about, and there's this spaceship we know nothing about, and we got to figure out how
You think
to.
this thing is a ship?
Zach, I don't know. But maybe
We got to figure out how to
whoever or
escape
whatever's
because
on
we
board
are
can
headed
help
towards
us.
whatever sun is in this
They're
area.
not too torqued at you for bashing
So
into
we're
the front
on a timer here.
Distress signal, jeez.
I'm supposed to analyze eventually.
Casey, why don't you run?
There it is. So we have no idea what this is. Basically, is what we're going to see with all this funny sci-fi stuff. I don't know what any of this is.
No one does.
Any response to our distress call?
Literally don't know.
I'm also quite tickled. At least it
So,
looks like this from my perspective. Maybe
either
it's
we
not,
figure out how to
but
alter our
it's
course.
just shading. But it looks like even the chairs they're sitting in are like animated or like CGI'd a little bit on the backs at least.
I think so. I think it's just a regular desk chair with some like duct tape on the back or something.
Casey, better activate your probe. Let's see what we're dealing with out there.
All right, we're activating our probe one last time here. So we're gonna be in probe mode for the rest of the game here.
All right.
We're gonna go on to this. So the whole thing is we're gonna figure out what to do on this ship to escape. That's gonna be. This is the. This is our goal now. This is the boop boop boops. Boom. Now I got the swoop swoop swoops. So the best. She is in True Lies. It's also true. So this cutscene is the best.
Opening probe bay doors.
This is my favorite
now.
CGI, basically ever. It looks like if I transport myself back to 1995 when I was like, elementary
Be
school
careful,
age,
Casey.
this would have looked amazing. But now in the year 2024, it just looks really cheesy, which is great. Like I love it, but it's like this would have been amazing in 95.
It really would have. It really would have.
But there's some very sort of green screen CGI stuff coming up in this cutscene specifically. feel like a lot of people got duped into buying this because Tia Carrere was on the cover.
Yeah, that's definitely a very of the era kind of thing. Let's
My friend,
throw as many. Yeah, let's throw celebrities at this video game and hopefully.
Hopefully it works. Apparently she picked this because she loved the script, you know? That's like...
Okay.
I'm not the Tia Carrere expert. A friend of mine actually introduced me to this game and was a big Tia Carrere fan back, like he was like a teenager when this came out. So he actually owned this game on PC, and that's how I learned about it.
This is a complete unknown, Harry.
Galaxy's full of unknowns, my young son. I mean, look, they didn't even discover the Titan rock dwellers till 4 years ago, and that was in our own system.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing that.
Does this ship look like a shrimp? They actually make reference to everything looking like lobster later in this game. So there you go. Good job.
Yeah, there you go. You picked it out early.
Oh yeah, the music is great in the game when there is music. It's just that this game is very... Anytime there's gameplay, there's no music, but the music when it happens is very, very good.
Wait a minute, what's that?
Meteor hit?
All right, so we found a way in. There's a hole in the hull of the ship here, so we're gonna get in.
Zach and I are joining you.
Whoa, we are?
Yep. So we're gonna see Aerie and Zach in their spacesuits. Aerie's Tia Carrere. That's her character's name. So we're gonna see them in their spacesuits here. This is the best part of the whole game.
They couldn't even just get a cop. Oh,
it's so good. Oh man, I love this game so much. You don't like this is early in the game, so this is literally you're playing it as if like I'm playing it as if somebody who's seeing this for the first time would play it. Soon I'm gonna be skipping a bunch of like puzzles and stuff and backtracking. This game can get very frustrating. It is basically a point and click adventure game.
I thought I'd seen everything.
Never seen a material like this before. Design? Totally alien.
Yeah, this game looks great for 95. That I will not, especially, I mean, they did a really good job like porting it to 3DO, and they made the decision to put it on 4 discs so that the video wouldn't be so super compressed like it might be for like a Sega CD game or something.
Come on, Harry, this is just like the old days, isn't it?
Ooh,
I was kind of hoping
I always forget the music.
Oh, come on, tell me.
Yeah, so my notes for this part just says long, amazing cutscene.
only thing that excites me is staying alive.
I just like I feel like were they just really sold on this tin can looking they could have just slapped them in like an astronaut costume from Spirit Halloween, right? And then it would be real looking at least.
Yeah. This, I mean, they really went in hard here for real. Like they actually went in. They definitely did not. They did not skimp. Like this was probably really expensive to make.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
All right, so we can look around again, but there's nothing to look at. There's the door that we want to enter, basically. So I found it. All right, I gotta wait again. But yeah, so the rest of this game is in this very yellow brown ship. Most of the ship looks like this. Not all of it, but a lot of the ship looks very brown, sort of moist.
Looks like a lube rack and a maintenance bay.
Oh yeah, I actually have to scream color for the first time here. So this is how we discover the color transmission like mechanic. I like to say that you use scream color, but it's like that's like there's the 6 there's 6 colors of the rainbow, and you can basically transmit those, and that's how this particular species like communicates, I guess.
Hey, come over here.
Which is why we're the only one, even though we're non-corporeal, we're the only one who can actually like get around initially in the ship.
Let's blast it and find out.
No, blast it and you could decompress the entire ship.
Oh yeah, and also their answer for everything is just shoot. It's like immediately take out the gun and then just shoot, and it's never work. Doesn't work a single time.
How do we get through?
Yeah, you'd think if they're like explorers or science mind that they were in like, oh, let's just shoot it and see what happens.
Can't even touch
But here's the thing: we're not of science minds. We're retired war veterans. Remember?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, she's like
I'm
a
happy to be
corporal in the
proven wrong.
army. Yeah.
That's right.
Casey, give it a try.
All right, I'm gonna scream yellow, and then that's gonna be the end of disc 1. Disc with a K. They didn't change that from the CD, from the PC version. because those were floppy disks on the PC version, but they are not floppy disks. All right, I gotta prep disk 3 here while the disk 2 loads. So we're gonna put this on the other side and put that over here. We're gonna use disk 1 again, so I'm gonna put that over here. All right, we're ready.
Wow, the tech. I'm learning so much.
You know what? When you got you learn a few things when you speed run as long as I have, you know. I got it. So yeah, so I think what you're supposed to do there is just like try out everything and eventually yellow works. That's how I did it. Like, so I played this game fully blind the first time I played it. And it took me about like 15 hours maybe, a little bit less. So it wasn't like the worst, but it was definitely like 90s puzzle, like, for sure.
So no hints. You just have to guess colors until you're correct.
Yeah, basically, you have to guess. Like, you only have so many choices of things to do, and the only one we hadn't used yet was the one to screen color and the one to do data. So you just like go through, try stuff we haven't tried before, and eventually this will work.
Wow. Okay.
But it is a hint because we are going to open other doors with colors. So that's, we'll see it. There's gonna be like a main hub area in this ship, and that's gonna be where like the color stuff becomes very clear. This is the best single frame in the whole game right here. Sort of just the half CGI Zach and and look at, there he is, and now he's like, it's fully him again.
Yeah.
Procedures, Commander.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon, as you might have figured out. It's not gonna bite him in the butt ever at all.
You better hope we don't wind up regretting this.
Please insert this. My inner teenager gets scared. Yeah, it's definitely a traumatic thing for sure. All right. Oh yeah, this is a really long cutscene apparently, according to my notes. So yeah, so this is these are the sort of beings that built this ship, and you can see it's a little bloody. It's not doing great.
Just trying to imagine what it would be like to act in this game. Like, they must just be on a completely green screen stage, right? And just like,
yep,
it's just like,
yeah,
point to vaguely this area.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, oh.
Yeah, kind of like piranhas. Could be thousands of them in here.
Oh yeah, so the Kryn, they're describing the Kryn, which is like an invasive species. And we will deal with them later, but they've basically infaded. Oh, and so you can see that also his like little third eye there is screaming out colors. So there you go. Another hint that colors are important. But yeah, so the Kryn basically invaded this ship, and that's why the ship is completely stationary.
Harry, this stuff is harder than a drill sergeant's head. Kryn can do this? And these things are armor-plated.
This is a gem. Somebody's saying, yeah, this is.
Oh, God,
I'm having a delightful time already.
This game is so good. Oh, it's like the perfect amount of goofy. I love it. All right, rest in peace, alien person thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, this was definitely a lot of work for sure. Like, they definitely did a great job. There are definitely like, there are cutscenes when we're walking down hallways where it's very obvious they're just like in place. But for the most part, it's actually pretty well done.
Actually, we got along quite well.
Yeah, I bet.
What are we doing here?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yes. We're actually going to, so again, they can't make this move. You can see that little hole that's like me-sized, so we're going to squeeze in there and figure stuff out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Let's try opening this thing.
So this isn't in any like universe that I know of, but they do make a Star Trek reference at some point in like maybe 30 minutes or so. So Star Trek exists in this world that we're watching. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if maybe it's historical fiction or something, or like historical nonfiction.
Can make it through.
I bet you're right. Go ahead, Casey.
On.
See if
All right, so I'm gonna like, this is kind of a sequence break, not really, because they do like plan for it, but we're gonna run into the other big mechanic in this game other than color, and then GDQ chat is very a big fan of this, but we have to find orbs.
I've heard
there
orbs.
There are orbs we need to find. I'm gonna find the first one early, basically. Right now, you're just supposed to look around and figure out how to, get to the next whatever. But right now, there's no way to do that. But what I will do is I'm going to go to this specific cluster of holes. It is shape, and then we're gonna go into this hole specifically. And then we're gonna shoot this alien real fast. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Looks good.
I'm supposed to shoot him, but I can't. Why can't I shoot him? Why can't I shoot you? Ah, there we go. That's supposed to happen much faster. And then we're gonna use our grabby hand to grab that purple orb right there. And that's orb 1. We are theoretically 1/6 of the way through the video game, but not actually at all. So now we just get out of here, go back. There's actually nothing else in this area at all. We're actually gonna go through the door that we just came through right here. Yeah, yep, chat's excited. Kind of figured.
They're into it. That particular orb looks like something you would use in like your diorama of a solar system. Like
Absolutely.
when you were a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% Venus, for sure.
Yeah. Here's Venus.
What do we have here?
So this is like a special cutscene for if you find this early.
Hold on to it.
It's much shorter than if you find it later. And also there's no backtracking.
Guess we better try another one of these doors.
Yeah.
So let's try one of the doors that's not broken.
This one.
Look how many doors are not broken here.
So many.
It's incredible. So they assumed since I was the only one who could open the door that they couldn't open any other doors, but
What's going on?
all you have to do is
I thought
walk up
Casey
to
was
it.
the only one that could open these.
Exactly. See?
I don't know.
Tia gets it.
Maybe those other doors needed Casey to override the locking mechanism because of decompression.
This is some lighthearted comic relief coming up here.
We do love a little comedy in the show. A little comedy.
Yeah, so Zach is generally our comic relief. He's the zany, wacky
What are
one,
these things?
and Ari is like the very serious one.
Sink.
Ooh, it's a sink. Let's drink some water. It's not a sink, guys. It's not a sink. So yeah, so my notes just say, in this part says, Zach drink poop water. That's what my notes say.
Make me laugh.
The gall to just go and drink the first water you see.
Yeah, it looks fine. Just they weren't even sure they could breathe this air like not 5 minutes ago. He's just shoveling water in his mouth.
Oh God, I'm really thirsty. How about you?
You know, what's so damn funny, all right? That was an honest mistake.
Oh, trust me, Zach. From my angle, it was hilarious.
Can we just go now?
Oh, no. You first. Now that you're all refreshed.
And then he hit me. I died. And he just like slapped me because he drank water from the toilet.
Yeah, look inward on that one, Zach. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
our problem.
definitely an ego. That's an ego problem for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
All right, so you can see that this door that's coming up has this like red stripe on it. That's going to be important. This is one of the first of the like, I'm walking in a hallway.
Look at this area. There's no sign of any weapons whatsoever. These guys didn't even put up a fight.
Yeah, this is another like hint that this is like a very scientific, like, alien species.
Tell me they don't have the technology to build a simple laser.
No, I'm saying maybe they chose not to.
Maybe they're
They're a
pacifists.
peaceful race.
Does every alien sci-fi movie ever.
Real peaceful now.
Look up ahead.
Another door.
Yeah, but this one is different.
All right. And so this is the introduction to the hub. So this is our hub area. And the hub area has these 6 colored doors. That's the red one. So we got the orb from the red door. So we never have to go back there.
It's like some kind of central hub. Seems heavily reinforced. You think this would keep those Kren out?
I don't know, maybe. But we're not staying here to find out. Gotta steer this thing away from the star, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, this game is extremely
Symbols over
peculiar.
the doors
I agree.
might tell us what's on the other side.
Yeah, that sentence, this game is really odd. I'm all for it, is the entire premise of this show.
Yep. That's why I like the show so much.
Yep. I was just like, what if we put all the weird stuff at 7 p.m. Eastern? We cool with that?
GDQ's like,
Somehow-
absolutely.
Somehow they said yes. Somehow they said yes.
It's never served us wrong before.
Yeah.
Where are we going next? Let's see. Where's Zach? There's Zach drink. Okay, we're going into the yellow door next. Cool. So we're gonna. We'll do analyze first. So yeah, they're really proud of this area. So there's a lot of panning shots and stuff.
Hey, Casey, we can't come up with anything here. All these.
That's
doors are
also a
sealed.
theme, is that they know how to do nothing and I have to do everything.
Let's start with the one to the left of the door we came in.
So I'm gonna analyze this door, and it'll make sense. I swear. So I'm gonna analyze this, and basically what it's gonna do is it gave us this data. So data lets us basically repeat sequences of colors without having to do each color one by one. So now the sequence of colors that was on this door is now in my repertoire, and that'll be useful in like a full hour from now. All right, so I got to solve my first door puzzle. Where is it? So yeah, in normal mode, you have to solve 3 of these, and in hard mode, you have to solve 5 of them. So in easy mode, we just solve it once, we're done, we can move on and get back to the story.
All right, Casey.
Next thing we're gonna do. This is another long cutscene, so yeah, we definitely front load the
You know what,
cutscenes
just
here.
noticed something? You give an awful lot of orders for civilians.
We've probably
I do out.
been probably been playing for like what, half an hour or something. I don't actually have a timer on it, so I have no idea. But I've done like maybe 45 seconds of actual gameplay. It's perfect. It's exactly what I look for in a speed
I
game.
know what you're talking
We're out 35 minutes right now.
Oh, the hell it
Seems about
wasn't.
right.
You went out of your way
Yeah.
to disobey the orders. You never could accept ranking authority.
But wait, let me explain something to you, okay? If I take an order from you, it's because I choose to. Got it?
Men. The most relatable thing in this whole game is that like look on her face. Very, very squishy noise there. Not a fan. The duo of Tia Carrere and some guy.
Yep.
We just call him Zach, because that's the character's name. The actor has a name, but I don't know who he is.
Well,
Let's try this
He's got a
one.
nice chin strap though.
I choose to.
Very. This game is definitely on the moist side. It has some squishy sounds for sure.
Sure. Yep.
So this room, fun fact, we will be revisiting this room at the very, very end of the game. This room that we're in right now has the 6th orb that we need.
What was that?
But I never regained control, so we're just never gonna use it. We're never gonna be able to get it. So the invasive species is now traveling through the vents. So that's kind of what we're doing here.
Where the hell are they? Harry.
Can't see us.
What?
using these air ducts to get around the ship. They could be everywhere by now.
Well, that's great. That's just terrific.
I think Spy Kids 3D probably came out like 10 years after this, so that's definitely a... I don't know if that's a compliment to this game or a dig at Spy Kids.
That is true. You know what? That movie specifically, I hadn't even thought about that until that was just mentioned, but holy moly, yeah, this is some Spy Kids 3D type gaming.
That's all I've ever wanted in life. This reminds me of Wayne's World, but only because Tia Carrere is in it, for no other reason.
Are you getting a weird feeling like the hair on the back of your neck wants to stay
I don't know.
down?
It's just like Wayne's World.
Yeah. Kind of like we just walked into an intense electromagnetic field.
Yeah. Gary, wait a minute. This looks familiar. Look. Generator.
This is one of Zach's few moments of genius right here.
This has got to be an engine.
He figured it out.
You just made me
Wow.
right this time.
You know, you don't have to act so surprised.
I am. Okay, let's split up and look around. Casey, you take the left corridor.
So we're looking around. Just more long panning shots of this very sort of brown backdrop.
Yeah.
It's a little
They
green
went
in
in
this.
They went in on the in-game camera work for this.
Yeah.
They're like,
And it's
I'm gonna
honestly
show
very
you
well
these-
done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you what I can do with this camera.
Oh, nothing around here. You find anything that looked like a nav console?
Nah, nothing like that.
We don't find the nav console for a while.
I was thinking maybe you and
As
me
well.
could go down there, splash around, splash. Or not.
I think this is the second time that Zach hits on Aerie. So this is the Kryn. That I don't know where she got whatever apparatus she is that's beating the enemy to death.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she got it from. I don't know what it is. We never see it again. I don't understand what happened. It looks very
come out of
suggestive.
nowhere.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's very
Yeah.
strange. A very strange looking apparatus. Yeah, so that's more of the Kryn. They will become our problem soon, but not yet.
Come on, Zach, wake up!
I don't know what it was. Suggestions in chat potentially, but I have no idea what it was.
Nope.
It's like a wrench or something. I don't know.
No clue.
Also, very good camera angle here. Yeah, she probably pulled it off the wall. And that thing has yellow and orange blood.
Now what? Oh, it's an elevator.
So now that Ari and I can talk without Zach constantly interrupting us, we're gonna have a little heart-to-heart here.
Hey, Casey. Remember right after basic? We were dying to get into a real war. We weren't even ready. I guess nobody is.
That's in terms of gore, that's probably the worst we're gonna see.
Zach got crazier. I just got tougher. I had to keep him alive. But not you, Case.
Yeah, we're being very reflective here.
A lot of
You never
introspection.
changed. We knew we could depend on you. You're always there for us.
No.
Straight and steady. But now you've changed too.
Yeah, I died.
Is it still you in there, Casey? Do you still feel?
Just the vague hand in
It would
space.
be nice to hear your voice
Just
again.
vaguely towards something.
I think
Yeah.
the techs were working on a speech interpolation
This is
system.
mostly cutscenes. I'm glad y'all caught on.
Sorry we were in such a hurry.
Had seen the video game? Yes.
It's an hour 35 minutes, and I play the game for like
You know, when we
it's
get out
maybe
this
20
thing, I'm
minutes of
gonna find you
gameplay, like
somebody
maybe.
Somebody
I
can
love
milk your
I
voice.
love a good
That's a
cutscene
promise.
fueled game. It's
Yeah.
just it's something about it. It's like chicken soup. It heals the soul.
It's so good. It is. It's very comfy. I agree.
Yeah.
We're watching a movie together. This is a movie watching experience on a Tuesday evening. Like we're doing good.
I love a movie night.
Almost. How's your head?
Feels like you got stuck in a power loader's claw.
Fourth floor, ladies' lingerie.
That's supposed to be funny. Oh,
See, they're even making jokes and then criticizing their own jokes within the plot.
So self-referential.
Yeah, it's pretty meta.
Very impressive.
yeah. What the hell?
All right, so you can see that purple thing we see. That's
Guess this is good.
definitely a thing I can shout color into.
Wonder how you activate it. Zach!
Hey, looks on my console.
Yeah, he really wants to be the Fonz. He really wants to be the
Figure this
Fonz.
thing out.
He is not the
Check over
Fonz.
there.
Nope.
All right. My favorite episode of MST3K. I would have watched this episode of MST3K for sure.
Oh yeah. This seems like right up their alley too.
It
Yeah,
is.
right
It's
up
like
this
very
alley.
schlocky sci-fi for sure.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Graveyards usually are. So we think maybe some kind of sundial?
So you can see the sun that we're heading towards right there. That's our death, our imminent death.
Okay.
Alright. Harry. If you're through fantasizing about me, I'd like to find a way out of here. You want to keep looking around?
Yeah, we gotta find those nav controls. Casey, why don't you keep working on this? It might help.
So we're gonna solve a puzzle here. Surprisingly, I understand, but we are gonna solve a puzzle here. So you have to turn everything on yellow. That's it.
Listen, I think we've done enough looking around here, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's meet
Cool
up and
looking,
move
though.
out.
Yeah, it looks
I don't know
neat.
why. I'm not sure why we needed that to progress because it accomplished nothing.
Wait.
I feel like there's a lot of that. Like we had to go type in something, I
Coming from
guess.
the bodies.
Fine.
Yep. That was the last run, the run before me, that's enemy 0 that definitely has that problem.
Yep.
All right. I got to shoot a bunch of, so my compatriots not very good at shooting things, so I got to shoot everybody. And if I shoot too low, I actually shoot my friends and it's a game over. Which in fairness to we want to shoot Zach. But for the sake of progress, we shall not shoot Zach. So I'm just literally spamming A and then just hoping that the reticule gets on these enemies. It's a little bit arbitrary. The most I've ever gotten at one time there is 4. So you can see as I kill more and more of these, fewer of them actually show up in the cutscene. They're just shooting randomly. I'm the only one killing anybody. So I think I have to kill like 3 or 4 more here. Oh, I saw it for a second there. I saw the white reticule. All right. Oh, maybe over here. Got it. 1 more. I'm pretty sure we'll do it. No, 1 more. Nope, 1 more. There it is. And so the only thing he does is he basically decompresses the entire area. So now we gotta scream purple again here. I'm hurrying. All right, so we saved him by closing it out. So we opened it, now we closed it. So we're gonna analyze ourselves and solve maybe the worst puzzle in the game. This is the longest, certainly. So we gotta flip on all of our fuses here. But you know, flipping on one fuse, you know, switches off the others or whatever. One of these puzzles.
Yeah, in there.
So this is gonna take a second. If anybody finds, I've been meaning to do this, but if anybody can find a faster solution to this puzzle, I'm all for it. I haven't found one yet. 2, 4. 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. Yeah. But yeah, I was going to at some point, like put a save state or like get like something where people can just try to like solve this puzzle faster than I just did, because that's a lot of inputs I just did. That's like the only thing I like that feels like it should be faster than it is. But
Yeah, Zach and I had to carry you back.
you have to run a program to find the optimal path,
Next time they
maybe.
build one of you guys, they should really include some handles.
Yeah, it's true. I guess you could, just based on like, if we know the behavior of all 9 dials, then we could definitely feed it into a program and make it work. But I don't know. Doesn't feel right. All right. So now let's analyze the door. All right. And then we will scream blue. It's indigo. Blue is the only thing missing from the rainbow here, actually. All right, disc 3.
That is more indigo for sure. I was thinking blue, but I didn't look that close. Yeah.
All right, disc 3. Put this here. Disc 1 over on this side now. All right. All right, we're on disc 3 of 4. Only like 4 disc changes left. Why? You'll see. All right. Where's the solution to this? Oh, that was wrong. We'll figure that out later. No, we got it right. See, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
God forbid I have to actually play the video game for like 2 minutes there.
I know. I hate to ask it.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll be gracious enough to actually do it.
This is amazing. Look at the size of it.
Harry.
Oh, this thing. Okay. This is a fun. XD.
I wonder what this is for.
This is when we get to use our booster. Coming up soonish here.
I guess we're gonna find out.
This is another like genuine feat of like CGI in '95. This whole cutscene. Put it down. Wow.
Did you feel that?
Yeah. Was it good for you?
Hands immediately to the guns every time.
Yep. Always their first ins.
Oh man, did you think this is real?
Even this ship isn't that big. It's gotta be a projection
Yeah, it is.
or an illusion.
Hey, wait, maybe Maybe that energy field we went through before somehow, transported us to the home world.
Transported.
Yeah.
You've been watching too many old Star Trek reruns.
Star Trek exists in this universe.
Okay.
Check.
You think Wayne's World exists in this universe?
Oh, for sure. All right, what else are they gonna watch?
There's even a breeze.
Hey, did you see that movie that came out last year? I think it's called Wayne's World or something. It was great. What a
She
great
looks
film.
a lot like you. So much
Perfect
like
film
you.
for the whole family.
Yeah, it is real.
It is party time and it is excellent. All right, so he fell off the projection because he's a dum-dum. So yeah, my notes just say Zach falls like an idiot.
Yeah. Classic Zach behavior.
You idiot!
See?
Harry,
Stupid idiot!
Harry, would you cut me a break? Okay, this is not the time.
I don't leave you hanging there just for being so damn stupid.
Harry, come on.
So we're gonna use our thrusters here to speed up here. So if we don't do this, he just falls and it's game over. There we go. And now we're back in first person. We got that little third person action there for like 2 seconds. It was pretty cool. She let him fall. It's true. In her defense, she's going to be very apologetic here in like a second.
Zach? Oh my god, I thought I lost you! I'm so sorry I left you hanging there.
Apologetic.
You were gone, I'm so sorry.
Harry, it's okay.
Oh.
No,
He, he's too good for him.
stupid. I'm supposed to be keeping you alive.
Definitely too good for him.
We're a team. I'm so sorry, Zach.
Harry, look, you and Casey have saved my ass more times than I care to remember, but believe me, it's not your job, okay? For the life of me, I can't figure out why you keep doing it. Unless, of course, you care about me more than you'd like to admit.
Ooh la la.
Yep.
Zach. It's my job.
Denied.
Right.
Besides, we've always been a pretty good team, haven't we?
Yeah, the best.
All right. I say this a lot, but I think upcoming is my least favorite puzzle in the game. It's like
One
a
of those
four-way
games.
tie.
In case, you probably know what I'm gonna say, right? This wasn't the first time you saved my ass, and the way things are looking, it's probably not gonna be the last, right? So,
At least he understands himself. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get into trouble
I'm
again.
glad,
For sure.
Yep.
I'm glad that we're partners. Is what I mean. I'm glad that I know you. That
We still have to take a look
Wow.
around here. I think you can
Wearing a
manage
GDQ
that.
shirt. I didn't realize.
I can
There you go.
manage.
Wow.
Feeling festive.
But
And
remember, this time,
I know. Be careful.
So thematic.
Thanks, Mom.
thanks, Casey.
Yeah, see, people own this game. They got tricked. They got tricked by Tia Carrere on the cover for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna scream Indigo. Now we got a really irritating puzzle here. I actually have like a screenshot of the solution so that I can figure it out. And then even then, it's like pixel perfect like every time. It's like pixel precise. So you got to create the eclipse by using like gravitational pull of other planets. So this one planet that's the other one. So I'm controlling the one that's on the left there, and the other one is being controlled like is being moved accordingly. So now I need to put these in a specific spot so that I can create an eclipse. Maybe here-ish. And it is quite precise. Oh, I'm not even close this time. That's probably my mistake, though. So like here, maybe? Yeah. Maybe. Okay, and then 4. So this isn't good enough. That's not good enough, by the way. So let's maybe... All right, maybe 2 there. There it is. We did it. All right, I can close the screenshot.
Painless, quote unquote.
That was fine. It went okay. All right, we need to data the blue door here. So yeah, so now we're gonna scream out the sequence of colors that was on the blue door that we entered, and it's gonna lower its arm and give us our second orb. So that's orb number 2.
What do we have here?
Beautiful. Maybe it's important. Maybe symbolic.
Maybe valuable. Better hold on to it. You never
Same
know.
Venus.
We get out of this place.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one 6 times for sure.
I was really
Oh,
hoping
that was
like
a great
the
show.
color, like
Oh,
even
let's
like a
try some
palette
sauce.
swap would
Sorry,
happen.
sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Or it
We
would
should get going.
literally be like solar system planets. That would be even fun. You just pick
That would have been amazing. I would have loved that.
this one's Mars.
But alas, it's just 6 purple balls.
This is
Oh,
weird
well.
shit.
Can't win them all.
Everything
Yeah.
we've seen here has got to have a meaning. If we can just figure it out, we'd have the answers we need.
Yeah, I have no idea what I paid for
You
this game.
might as well try and
I've
figure out
owned
why
this game for a
Rogosian
long
Bloodhound
time.
mates with itself. You ever stop to think that maybe some things just are? Some things don't have answers?
No, because there are answers here, and we're gonna find them before we run out of time. You got that?
All right, what's next?
Gee, she's starting to sound more and more like old man Hardwick, isn't she?
Who's that? I don't know. Probably a curmudgeon of some sort. This game is also, this universe is a big fan of the long corridors with no railing, sort of this in the Star Wars general theme.
Okay, let's keep going left.
It's just like long railways with just infinite abyss underneath.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna grab oranges. So this is gonna be the fastest trip by far. It's gonna be the orange door, but that's for a reason. So now I'm gonna scream orange at it. Yeah, they spent all the money on the CGI, so they only had money for the one orb.
Yeah. Orbs are expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where the money is.
All right, so this is kind of a tough puzzle. It's done. So basically, you need to match up. So these revolving. It's actually a cool puzzle, but there's this like revolving 3-dimensional shapes, but each of them pair off into 2-dimensional shapes if you pause it at the right time. So in the easy mode, you just need to pair up any 2, which so the 2 squares on the top work. In hard mode, you have to match up all of them, which is a gigantic pain in the butt. So another reason to use easy mode.
Planet? Little human beings the size of lobsters?
Oh, Zach.
Come on, you gotta admit, some of these guys.
But yeah, that's the
look
coolest
pretty
puzzle
good
in the
on
game, I
lettuce.
think. Well-
Lemon butter sauce.
Have some respect for the dead.
Why?
Actually, I think maybe the purple door, the violet door, is probably the coolest puzzle. So this is the medical bay. We're in the medical bay.
Spa? Barbershop? Nightclub?
This will be useful, not now,
It looks like a bank.
but in the future. So this is one of the places we have to backtrack to.
We don't have a song. If there is a nav console and all this stuff, we'd have to tear this place apart to find it. Assuming we'll even know it when we see it. I think we should take a look around.
Yep.
Alright. But
So all we're gonna do is we're gonna ignore everything in this medical bay, grab the orb, and just skedaddle. The orb is right there. So you can theoretically, like, actually manually scream, you know, orange, then red, then green, then yellow, then violet, then indigo, and that will simulate this. But that seems like a lot of work, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no. Work smarter, not harder, as they say.
Exactly. So that's orb number 3.
These things keep turning up.
Well, add it to the collection.
I wonder if it's gonna be important. Oh yeah, no, I just have to press, like, get me out of here. Let me leave, please. Thank you.
Unless you're having better luck than I am, I think we should keep going.
Yeah. So eventually we'll come back to this room, and I'll explain why when we get there. You know, you can't give everything away. I gotta hold some cards to the chest.
I'll say one thing about those Kryn. They sure as hell do a thorough job. Think we'll ever find any of these guys alive?
What's next?
Well, I sure hope so.
Oh, it's green.
You know,
We're gonna have some fun with green.
Times like this, I wish I just stayed home and went to business school, just like Mama wanted.
Yeah, Zach, I could just picture you crunching numbers for a living.
Green's my favorite
Well,
color.
it just so
so.
happens I have
I'm a big green fan as well.
Mm-hmm.
The speedrunner's dream, just everything green.
Okay, Casey,
That's
time to
right.
try
Green or
another
gold.
one.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna scream green. And this is one of the easier door puzzles, but then the actual puzzle itself inside of the door is the worst one in the game. My least favorite. Another tie.
They're all tied.
This one is genuinely the worst, and you'll figure out pretty quickly why. All right, so this is an easy puzzle. You just have to match. You can't really see it well in the 3DO version, but we got to match red with red. That's it. It's not anything that exciting here. You just gotta, like, there we go, like that. And then match green with green. Green needs to go down there. So we just kind of do like this or something. Come on. All right, that's green. And then blue, kind of just, oh. There we go. So we're in. This puzzle isn't bad. I don't mind this one. It's just really easy.
No, not too bad. Yeah.
That one wasn't bad. Case.
Hey, Harry. Back on the observation deck when you were staring at that thing, what were you thinking about?
Yeah, it's much clearer on the PC version. This version of the game, you have to really squint to see exactly where you're supposed to put those. That was the only thing that took me any time to figure out in this puzzle. Like, what am I supposed to do? I could figure out, like, the things move, and then eventually I saw the little blinking lights.
No, that was Icarus. Daedalus escaped.
Not for the heart of seeing. The heart of seeing? Is that it's not a saying, is it? Anyway.
Not the one I've heard.
The bespectacled,
But you can make
I don't
it.
know.
You can make it right now.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Some kind of alien plant life, I guess.
Yeah, but for what?
All right, so their propensity to shoot before thinking is gonna sort of
Maybe neither.
cause some issues here. So he pulls a gun out because the enemy is there. She pulls a gun out on him.
Why don't you see if there's another way around this thing? Maybe you can figure out a way to open it from the other side.
So the Kryn basically locked this door.
I'm sorry, it's just a reflex.
The lettuce room. Wow, I didn't even notice. This is absolutely the lettuce room.
Oh wow. So maybe every part is just like a different part of a burger? Or
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is
We
there
definitely
meat
came through the burger patty room that was very brown.
Yeah. I was like, that's the beef room for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so first things first, we're going to turn around and grab the next orb. Step 1. And then we're going to go through like the most hellacious maze I've ever. So we have to go through the vents to come around the other side and open the door from the other side. This maze sucks. I mentioned earlier, my first playthrough took me like 15 hours. Like 8 of those hours was just trying to figure out this one maze. I am not the most like, I'm not the greatest at like sense of direction. I'm not like, that's why Metroidvanias aren't like my strong suit.
Yeah.
But this was rough. I still have it somewhere in my notes where I actually like sketched out this entire maze. This maze is wild.
It gotta mean something.
And the biggest problem is that every single room looks the same.
All lettuce.
It's lettuce all the way down. Oh no.
Lettuce as far as the eyes can see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be mumbling cardinal directions to myself, and so I don't get lost. Because if I do get lost,
problem.
I'm reloading the save. I'm not gonna try to reorient myself. I'm reloading and starting again. So first things first, let's turn on our flashlight. All right, up. All right, now we're gonna go right. We go right by slowly panning over. And then left. So there's this. So a lot of these like little pot like areas just have dead ends basically. That's sort of the thing here. Is this on original hardware? Yes, this is on a 3DO. Like 3DO.
There it is.
So, all right. So we're at the halfway point of this maze. So all of that took me like 2.5 hours to figure out. This is actually really cool. This is really neat. So this is like a bunch of like the developers and stuff like put themselves in here, so you can kind of see like their faces and stuff. And if you go in through well, it can take a little time. If you go through that door, there's a whole second room full of more faces, but we're just gonna keep going. All right, now we continue. Up. It also doesn't really follow like the rules of physics. Like different pipes can go above and below. So there's no guarantee that you like have ruled anything out at any one area. So I basically brute forced it, and it just took me forever.
Yeah. Ugh.
That was
brutal.
It was really painful. I was on a Discord call with that same friend who introduced me to the game, just because he's the one who did this to me. Anytime you see us kind of zippity zap like that, like go up and down, that means we're headed in the right direction.
Okay.
Up, right, up, left. So that was the first up. Second up here. And then left. So I was up, right, up, left. Now up, left, up. This is just terrible. And there's no music or anything. You're just sitting there stewing with your thoughts. Just like, I'm so lost.
Yeah, just when will my suffering end?
Eventually is the answer.
Yes.
And one more up here. And after this up, it's going to be 3 straight lefts. Does that lead you back where you started? No.
Why would it? That's only how directions work.
No. It's not a city street, unfortunately. I wish it were.
Yeah, if this maze was just like New York City, we would be out of here so fast.
Oh yeah, I'd have had that. I'd had that down pat for sure. Windows 95 screensaver, absolutely. This is very much Windows 95
Yeah.
screensaver. People of a certain age definitely recognize this. So that was our
Very
3
true.
lefts. We're gonna go right, and then we'll basically be done. And then one more up. So yeah, if this right gives us like a nice, yeah, so this is the right one here. So now the ambient noise should change here, and there it is. All right, so that was the maze. So that took me 8 hours. It just took us like, I don't know, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
And that was the green room. We're done.
Geez, so if that took you 8 hours, that means you spent roughly half of your time on your original playthrough just in that maze.
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
Yep.
That, oof. I feel for you. I do.
Yeah, it was rough. It was very. I almost quit. I really almost quit, but I really wanted to see if I could speedrun the game.
Yeah.
Like once I saw the opening cutscene, I'm like, I gotta try, right?
Sold, yeah.
Pinned down by 2 Vakar squads. Yeah, how can I forget? Had his cold fighter down in a gully of a car picked
Yeah, FMV games are kind of the future in the sense that like now it's mocapped
There's no
FMV.
such thing as a hopeless situation.
If you ever played
It's
Until
the
Dawn,
internet
it's
create a
basically that.
plasma burst and boom, took 'em
Yeah,
all
yeah,
out.
for sure.
Yeah, right, maybe you're right.
Or like whatever, the complex or whatever. All right, are we gonna analyze this? Yes, we have to analyze it. Back when games were, yeah, like 90s puzzle games really just did not care. Like they did not give you anything.
Nope. They're just like, yeah, it's obvious to us. It must be obvious to you.
It's for the challenge. It lengthens the playthrough, right? All right, disc 4. So we're on the final disc. We're only going to change discs 3 more times. This is definitely the coolest of the door puzzles. We actually never get to see the red door puzzle because we never go back through that door. And I don't remember what it is. So there you go. So yeah, we're going to actually play against an AI here. And the goal is to basically make a full shape before they do. And the way you do that is kind of in the tic-tac-toe way, where I was making both a pentagon and a diamond at the same time. They can only defend one of them. Bingo, bango. That's the fastest I've ever done that. So that was cool. That was an IL for that, ILPB for that puzzle.
Why the hell didn't they put in moving walkways?
Tell me, Zach, do you complain just to make conversation? Or do you honestly enjoy it?
Jeez, Harry, my dogs are aching, okay? Have you no sympathy?
No, Zach, we don't have any sympathy for you.
Really need it.
Everything
No,
you've done
zero.
to yourself.
Things to complain about.
Oh yeah, this thing. So I don't know. I brute force this. I don't know how you're supposed to solve this. But basically, these panels, if you scream colors at them, like color patterns will come back at you. And I just saved all of them, and eventually one of them worked. So, but this is the one we need. The 4th one over, and then we scream orange at it. Or yellow. Green. Purple. I thought it was orange for sure. Oh yeah, orange. I was right. I don't know why they didn't give me that. All right. So this orange, green, yellow pattern we need for the very end of the game. So we're just going to grab it now, and then we're just going to get the heck out of here.
Yeah, no indication that that's what you're supposed to do or what. Like, I can't imagine you.
But yeah,
you
they're
had to
like
just brute force it. Like,
but like if you look
no
at
clues.
these, like there are other things that you can like. This one's blue, purple, blue, and you know, like, is that useful? No, is the answer.
How would you ever know?
Have I gone too far? Sorry. Now we're just wasting time. Here we go. Yeah, this was the right one. So now we can get out of here. So it's not really visible on stream, but there was a little pip at the bottom of the screen telling me that I could hit down there to back out.
I think we should check this out.
All right, so Ari's gonna make a bunch of very big mistakes all very, very quickly now. So she's doing her best Zach impression right here. So Tia Carrere, we're gonna have to save Tia Carrere.
Be careful.
So she's gonna do this weird like tightrope, tight wire, high wire thing. Why is this like this? Why not build railings? Why not build a whole pathway here? I don't know.
I feel like also the way she's walking is very much like not how people walk on a tightrope formation, right?
Oh, it's absolutely
like 1 foot in front of the other kind of deal.
yeah,
right?
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just like sliding the back foot, like steps forward, slides up, step forward. It would not work in this situation. I feel.
No, it would just like your knees would buckle.
Yeah.
Do you notice how every time we've grabbed an orb, we had to screen colors out first, except for the first one where we killed somebody? So the whatever security thing. So yeah, so some security system came on. She's naturally gonna try to shoot it because that's who she is as a person.
Casey, I'm gonna try and blast my way out. Work this panel, see if you can stop this thing. Zach,
And she just immediately gets bodied. And then I'm actually gonna retroactively fix this by screaming out the purple door. So if you don't do that fast enough, that's another game over.
Oh, okay.
That took me a while to figure out exactly what I was supposed to do. So yeah, so this is the first orb that is collected by the plot. Like, notice I didn't grab that orb. That was Tia Carrere went and grabbed it, and so like we have this orb now. So that's the hint to go back through the other doors and find the other orbs. So that's like when I did my playthrough, I'm like, oh, I probably need to. Well, first I died a bunch, and then I figured out, oh, the door has patterns. So then we did that, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably find the other orbs, and that's how I got that. And then there's so there are hints on how to solve most of the game. But you got to think of it like you're a kid in the 90s.
Yeah.
thanks. I thought I was dead.
So yeah, so we've gone through all the doors now. So all we got left is cleanup.
Casey, I'm the one who carried you back.
Oh yeah, thanks, Zach, but it probably wasn't necessary.
It's kind of nice actually being so close to you.
Oh no, don't even. It'll never happen again.
Well, Harry, never say never. Let me paint the little picture for you, okay? You and me and
He's hitting on her some more every time. He cannot get a hint.
on a boat, a little lake. Some of that
Yeah,
big wine you
just
like so much.
read the
Hell,
room.
bottles.
Read the spaceship room.
Nothing to do till
Not his forte.
No, clearly.
Probably not reading in general, actually, if I had to guess.
With anyone else? No.
Wait, what the hell are you looking at? She's the only woman within 9 parsecs. Get away from me, you bug.
So that's another long cutscene. This is the last of the really long cutscenes, I think. Yes, it is.
Ooh, okay.
There's one kind of longish cutscene right at the end of the game too, like before the final input.
Guess that just about does it then, huh?
Yep. So we visited every door.
What are you talking about?
Beautiful.
In case you haven't noticed, Eric, we've done all 6 doors. We're fresh out of options.
No, we can backtrack and
We
find
can
things we missed
backtrack.
the
That
first
is
time around.
the Carrere
We don't have
talking
time
into the
to
camera like, hey, we need to
That
backtrack.
son, remember?
So there's one forced piece of backtracking which we're gonna do first. So we're missing an orb.
This floating
And it's the orb that was in the yellow door that I wasn't allowed to
Going along for the
grab the
ride.
first time around. So we're gonna do that
Can't
real
give up
fast.
without a fight, Zach.
And proof that it was scripted that I had to grab it first is that all of the grabbing of this orb is on this fourth disc instead of the second disc, which is where we go to the yellow door.
Ah, yeah, okay.
You may be right.
You're actually agreeing with me for once?
Oh boy. Somehow I always hoped I'd die in better company.
Yeah, me too.
They've given up. It's over.
Well,
Call it.
at least we got these.
At least we got these orbs. Maybe they're useful.
Yep.
I wonder if they would have made us rich.
It's like just a giant like freeze frame of the orb.
Yep.
Wonder what we should do.
That's made for GDQ.
Mm-hmm. I bet those orbs taste delicious. It tastes like grape starburst.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a real flavor? I don't know.
No, it's not, but I can imagine what it's like, you know.
Yeah, maybe a Jolly Rancher or something.
Yeah, like,
All right, so this is the room we were in a while ago. A while ago. So now we're going to turn around now that we have control, and we're going to... Oh, look at that. The pedestal. What are the odds? We've got to find yellow door. That purple one looks like an inverted Jupiter. They all look the same. This one's also purple. Delicious inverted Jupiter. All right, so that was the last orb, actually. And there's gonna be a whole cutscene about it. Not yet, I have to bring it back to them first.
of course, yeah. We got to get those camera shots.
Slowly backtrack, so we just do everything we just did in reverse now. The fact that we were already in this room also helps. Like, oh, this is a room I recognize. Like, I remember this from however many hours ago we were here. I was only here like 40 minutes ago, but we're playing this quote unquote optimally, so.
You're too fast.
Too fast. Yeah, we're almost at the end here, actually. There's just one more thing left to collect.
Can't believe it. I can't believe we're nearing the end of this spectacular journey.
Feels like we just started.
I know.
Harry,
So you know that middle console thing that no one understood what it does? It's gonna do something now. Still amazing graphics.
Oh yeah.
No notes.
I'm enthralled.
He's very excited. We got this massive, I don't know what this is, central console stitch.
are you thinking what I'm thinking? 6 orbs.
6 holes.
Close. Casey, you're a genius.
Oh shit. Let's give it a shot.
Let's do it. So now we watch them slowly insert all 6 balls into all 6 holes in real time.
Hungry.
Can't fast forward through this part.
Want to try one?
Why would you want to?
No, that's true. That's a good point.
It's riveting,
Or why not?
especially since all the balls look the same.
Yeah, exactly the same. Ooh. They only have to do this thing once, though. Just one time, and then it cuts to the hand. Oh. More Tia Carrere screen time.
Is there a payoff slot on this thing?
This game is definitely,
Last one.
or the speed run is definitely like stretch your legs. Like you can definitely go up, get a snack, come back.
Thanks.
Cutscene will not be over.
I think.
Yeah, you're not it's not input intensive, they say.
All
You
right,
need
so
to
that
split this leaderboard into turbo and no turbo.
no, that is not going to be a problem. So yeah, so the now we're not. It's not done for some reason, and if you saw the let's go to the orange door here. The whatever that pedestal kind of grew like hair, so you got to find something that like fits that hair. So we have to go back to disc 3 very momentarily. Remember when we went into that medical bay and kind of did nothing and then left? We're gonna do stuff now. Oh yeah, that's definitely all one hole and one orb. Like there's definitely just one orb.
Yeah.
You never see two orbs at once. It's one orb, there's one hole, and then both Tia Carrere and Zach just had one shot of them just doing this motion.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That's innovation. It's the 90s, baby.
Yeah, that's also budgetary savings.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the med bay. So we're gonna have to find something that fits on top of this new hair that the pedestal or whatever, the floppy whatever, I don't know, that it grew. And as we saw, there's a med bay there. So what we're gonna do, we're going to how do I describe this? We're gonna cut off a hand. So we're gonna scream some colors. It's gonna cut off a hand, and then we'll be done. So yeah, this order also, I have no idea how you're supposed to figure this, the order in which to hit these. So each one of these basically does different things. So Violet shoots, that's all I know. Violet shoots the laser. Then orange to move it. And then violet again. And so now that's gonna cut off a hand. There it is, or a little claw. Like, we're gonna go back. Oh, yes. So the reason I didn't do this the first time is because so when we were first in here, if I actually do that and I give them the claw, they yell at me because it's disgusting, which in their defense it is. It's a dismembered hand. And then they'll yell at you again for bringing it the second time. So I want to get all the yelling at me done once. So more time save here. Because they don't let you bring the hand with you, it just stays there. So you basically either do the surgery first and then leave it there, or you do the surgery now that you're backtracking. So we're gonna go back to disc 4 for a very short cutscene where they scream at you, and then the end of the game's actually on disc 1.
Wow, full circle.
Yeah, so the beginning and end of the game is in disc 1, which is very poetic, you know. So it's round like an orb. Put disc 3 over here so that I have access to disc 1. So you're like, oh, Casey. Oh, that's gross. Get that out of here.
Ridiculous.
And then immediately I place it on that thing. They're like, oh, you're a genius. And I'm like, I know.
Oh, jeez, Casey.
Oh, Casey? Oh, man. What are you, a dog now?
Yeah, that's right. They call me a dog. Oh, no.
Get rid of it.
So they do this in the med bay, too, if you do that. And they'll bring it, and then you'll see that cutscene a second time. So we just skipped it once. So now we go look down, find it on the floor, wherever it is. There it is. Hello. And then use our little grabby boy here. Disc 1. This is officially endgame territory now.
Here we go.
I actually have only one input left, but there's a cutscene before it.
Of course there is.
So yeah, so time is going to be when I remember that orange, green, yellow like pattern that I grabbed from one of the random rooms from the panels.
Yep.
So I have to scream that out at the end of the game, and that time is when I do that, which is in a few minutes. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put it on the little floppy hair piece that our pedestal grew. Yeah, when I got to this part and it went to disc 1, I was flabbergasted. I had no idea what was going on. So you can see how like the 3 digits match like the 3 leaves. And that was our ticket out. That's our key.
Beautiful.
Maybe this is our ticket out of here. Or maybe not.
And then immediately we got one more. We're going to draw our gun one more time.
Simply have to.
Actually, it's not the last time. But we don't
Oh,
need to
no.
know about that.
Let's go, Casey.
I wasn't even listening.
Yeah, so the Kryn all left basically now. So they're no longer a problem on this ship. And it's because we're headed towards the sun. It's too hot for them, so they all left. So the Kryn is a non-issue.
Stay cool. Come on, it's got to be 85 in here and rising.
Yes.
We got a lot
That's our
of
nav
case.
console.
Check them out. Harry, you see that?
Yeah, could be our navigational console.
I think this guy.
There's our solar system there.
Let's see what Casey comes up with.
He looks like he's studying.
There it
some
is.
kind of readout. Oh, he's adjusting those light beams.
What's that thing in the center?
I don't know, Harry, but things
Friend
are
in
starting
chat.
to heat up around here. Look, we gotta do something. We gotta do something now. Shit, he sees us.
All right, so if you let Casey shoot him here, then it'll kill Casey and it's a bad ending. But instead, we're going to
Casey?
time. Scream that out, and that's the game.
Beautiful.
So basically, what happened there is by communicating with the pilot, what was happening, we allowed this egg to be hatched. So this here is the Daedalus. We encountered the Daedalus, which is the new queen of this species.
Chrysalis.
And the Daedalus has like a lot of historical knowledge just from birth. And so
Looks different from the other creatures.
and that's how we get protected from going into the sun somehow. There are a ton of FMV games on the 3D. There are a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are good, some of them are less good, but they're great. I'm a big FMV person. We mentioned that at the top of it, but yeah. I love running
There's
FMV
repeating.
games. It's one of my absolute favorite genres. It's just very, very goofy. And yeah, we bowed to the Daedalus.
Force field created
Ready for this expert segue? Oh, okay. Sharif, if you like running FMV games, where could we watch you run another one in January sometime?
Yeah, so that's gonna be on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. I'm running Who Shot Johnny Rock on at GDQ. There actually is a 3DO version of Johnny Rock, and there is a CDI version of Johnny Rock, and there's a Sega CD version of Johnny Rock. I am running it on DVD with a DVD controller.
I can't wait.
So yeah, that'll be good fun. It'll be silly time.
When we were setting that, we were doing it in committee. We were looking at all the consoles and stuff, making sure everything was cleaned up and normalized. And we're like, oh, we have one DVD game on the schedule.
I'm so sorry.
It was. I just had a laugh. I cannot wait for that. And then, yeah, any other plugs or shout outs you'd like to do before we get wrapped up here?
Shout out to y'all for letting me do this, for sure. This is not a traditional speed run by any means. I'm glad I got to show it off. I'm always glad when I get to show a larger audience this game, because it's just great. Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/sharfers. I don't stream as much as I used to. I'm gonna try to get back to like a weekly streaming soonish, maybe in the new year. But yeah, other than that, just like have a good rest of the night, practice self-care, look out for yourselves. But yes. But yeah, definitely. I'm glad I could sort of impart some fun today. And thanks, Conception, for having me once again on the show. It's always a blast.
Oh, you have almost a standing invitation at this point with your catalog and the great commentary and the laughs that we have. It's always a really, really good time. So thank you for running this. Yes, thank you. For everybody else out there, so great news. Hotfix is not over tonight. We have another show coming up right after this, which is going to be Express Lane, hosted by Asuka. If you haven't checked out Express Lane before, I highly suggest you do. It's a great show that features runs that are all an hour or less. So, there's a lot of, usually on this show, there we have an exception today, obviously. Usually a lot of the runs that we feature on the show are also less than an hour. That is the nature of Awful and Silly Games for the most part. So there is a lot of crossover. There's a lot of mutual interest. And also Asuka has been on the show like 3 or 4 times. She is a lovely, lovely person. So please go over there, check out that show. Make sure you stick around right after this. And if for some reason you happen to miss parts of this show,